What sort of information might my employer include in a work-related reference about me? I'm Richard Hiron, also known as the Hironator, and I'm an employment law solicitor. Now, for this answer, we're putting aside completely references that are required by law or by a regulator, because those include very specific provisions. For these purposes, we're talking about a reference that is generally given by your employer. So in these kinds of circumstances, the employer might include your name, because that's obvious, isn't it? Your dates of employment, your last job title with them, and it might also include the duties that you performed for them. Sometimes, now and then, it might include a reason why you left, but that reason has to be true, accurate, and fair, as does the rest of the reference. Now, the employer, being a business that needs to protect itself, might include statements towards the end of the reference, essentially saying that it's providing that reference in good faith, that no one is to take the information given in that reference negatively, and that if anyone does take that information negatively, then the employer doesn't take any responsibility for that interpretation of the reference. Of course, all of that comes down to what is actually contained in the reference. So, taking the example of the reason why you left earlier, if you left for redundancy, then how is that your fault? But if you left for some kind of performance or capability reason, then that's a bit more subjective, and it could create some sort of doubt in a potential new employer's mind. So for that kind of situation, including performance, capability, conduct reasons for why you left, might not be the best thing for your employer to be doing, and it might challenge whether those statements can actually be upheld in a court of law. So, I hope that's answered the question. In the meantime, if you're finding a settlement agreement hard, bring it to Richard.